The Life Remodeled team is amazing to work with because everybody is so mission focused. Yes, we need our checks. Yes, we have to take care of our families, but that's not why we're here. We can go anywhere to make money, but being here and being able to collaborate as a team and make things happen, I think all of us has a special interest and passion for what it is that we do, which makes the mission even more greater. We have a place where not only youth are being served, not only adults are being served, but it's a place where everyone can get served, so we service families. We've taken an old school building and we turned it into what we call an opportunity hub. We now have filled it with 38 amazing organizations. We are very particular on who is allowed to lease space here because every tenant is focused on either one or more of our 3 impact areas, which is community resources, youth programs, or jobs. Prior to me coming here, like I said, we did something called the 6-Day Project where we mobilized 10,000 volunteers and cleaned and beautified a neighborhood. What happened was DPSCD ended up merging the 2 schools together, and so this building was getting ready to be empty, and so they approached Chris Lambert to see if he wanted to take on a project here. He's taken this vision to a whole nother level. When I first got here, right after the grand opening, the building was empty. We had 1 tenant and 1 tenant ready to sign. It was dark, it was under construction, and it was very hot. And at first I was like, well, wait a minute, where am I interviewing at? What's going on? But then when they explained the vision to me of what they wanted this building to be, there was no way that I was going anywhere. And so we went from that to being hot in the summer and like literally wearing coats in the winter to now being at 100% occupied with amazing organizations. We try to keep as much original as possible. Sometimes that just can't be the case, right? But what we've done is we've repurposed a lot of things. So like the old gym floor, which is in the Life Remodeled office, this is an elevator lobby, it's in the arcade, we have the old gym benches. And so we wanna make sure that, especially for our alumni who walk into this space, that it's not totally different, it's not totally changed. This is a gorgeous building, and we want to keep it gorgeous as is and just add a little life remodel and community flavor to it. So this space is, we're doing amazing here. We're doing things that I did not think was going to happen this fast. And so even when I say we're at 100% occupied, that happened 2 years ago during a pandemic. That tells a lot about the tenants who we have here and the populations that they're dedicated to serving. So now what we've learned about this space is that this can't be it. We cannot stop here. We have to continue to grow. We're actually trying to purchase the old Cooley High School, which is 3 times the size of this building, so that we can provide even more impact in the city of Detroit. When you walk into a school building, you immediately think education, right? You immediately think success of where you're trying to go. And so I think that when you walk into this building, that's the same things that you are thinking, like, I'm here to get the services that I deserve so that I can grow in life, or I can get farther in life. And we're not here it's not a handout, it's not a charity. We're here because someone chose to walk in this door and get these services, like I said, that they deserve, and we're here to assist them in getting those services. I think the mindset is pretty much the same as a school. You're coming in here with people who love you, who adore you, and want to help you succeed in life.
This is arcade that we use. It basically, as far as I know, it gets used every day. About 2 o'clock, this area becomes full with all the kids for after school programs. If you're part of any of the programs, any of the tutoring programs in the building, you get time in here as a kid. It was one of Chris's ideas. Chris has, a million ideas a second. It was at the end of one of our 6-day projects. And this used to be a big junk room. It was all stored. This was actually originally the boys' locker room. So we got to use some really cool parts of the building. If you look at this cool light up here, that was actually, believe it or not, a hairdryer. So that was a hairdryer and a hand dryer in the women's bathroom. So in the women's locker room, it was all hooked up to the central heat. They did it back in 1927, it was really cool. And those little cones would move back and forth. And so instead of throwing away and letting the scrap guy take it, which is really what was going to happen, I figured, well, let's light it, let's wire it for lights and turn it into a big giant cool light. We had a long, boring hallway that I said, let's do something cool with it. So we went a little Alice in Wonderland here. This here is a all free to the community. It's free washer and dryer. A survey was done couple years back, I don't remember exactly when, but it had to do with why the kids in the community were missing so many days of school. And the number one reason was they didn't have clean clothes. And being in the community, knowing the kids that I know, knowing the areas that I know, I've been in the houses that I've been in. I get it. They don't have adequate plumbing. I mean, their plumbing's 100 years old and they don't have the money to fix it. Well, we're going into our auditorium here. They call it a cafetorium, so part auditorium, part cafeteria. They used to have a kitchen back there, which is now a pizzeria for the community. This auditorium gets used all the time, anywhere from baby showers, school dances. We have a program called the LRYA, which is Life Remodeled Youth Alliance. They work a lot with Central and Durfee. They do all kinds of programs in here. They have a whole bunch of stuff that has to do with, just different activities.
I don't want anybody feeling embarrassed when they walk through our door or ashamed. I am from a community such as this. I've been born and raised in Detroit. I probably relate to a lot of people walking through that door. I am no stranger to struggle, which is why I'm so passionate about being here, because I wish this was here for my family. Things would have been a lot different. But now we just gonna make sure that other families get this, and we're gonna make sure that when they come in, they feel welcome, they feel good, and they love the space just as much as we do.